My daughter came home from a family barbecue. Then she said, "He told me secrets make us special." I asked my husband why his cousin would say that. At first, I stayed calm because my daughter was only 5 and I didn't want to scare her. She was sitting at our kitchen table in Raleigh, coloring a picture like she hadn't just cracked my whole marriage open with one sentence. I asked her who told her that, and she said my husband's cousin gave her extra cookies at the barbecue and told her not to tell Grandma. Just cookies. That's what my husband, Mason, kept saying later. He gave her cookies, Leah. That's it. But it wasn't just cookies to me. It was a grown man telling my child to keep secrets. And I had never trusted him. Troy was the cousin everyone defended before anyone even accused him. He stood too close. He hugged too long. He made comments that sounded innocent until you thought about them later. Every time I stepped away from him, my mother-in-law, Diana, acted like I had slapped him. "He's had a hard life," she told me once. "Don't make him feel unwanted." So I learned to smile and keep my daughter close. But after that barbecue, I told Mason, Troy is not allowed around Stella anymore. He got angry fast. Too fast. He said I was making a disgusting accusation. I said I was making a parenting decision. He said Troy wasn't dangerous. I asked, "How do you know?" And that's when his face changed. For 3 days, we barely spoke. Then Diana called me and said, "I heard you're spreading ugly things about Troy." I told her I had only spoken to my husband. She said young mothers nowadays think every man is dangerous. I asked why she was more worried about Troy's feelings than my daughter being taught to hide things. Then she said, "This family has survived worse than your imagination." I went cold. "What does that mean?" She went silent, then said, "Don't start digging where you don't belong." So I dug. I called Brooke, Mason's sister, the one everyone called dramatic because she moved away and rarely came home. I asked if there was something I needed to know about Troy. She was quiet for so long I thought the call dropped. Then she whispered, "Did something happen to Stella?" My stomach turned. Brooke told me that when she was 12, Troy was 17, and something happened that made her feel unsafe in her own family. She told Diana. Diana cried, called Troy confused and damaged, and told Brooke not to ruin his life. After that, Brooke became the problem. Troy stayed protected. I asked if Mason knew. Brooke said he knows enough. That night, I confronted him. At first, he denied it. Then he admitted there had been an incident. He said Troy got help. He said Diana handled it. He said Brooke exaggerated when she was angry. I said, "You let him near our daughter." He cried and said he didn't think Troy would ever hurt Stella. I said, "You don't think? That's your standard." I took Stella and stayed with my friend for a week. Then I sent one calm message to the parents in Mason's family. I said Troy had a history of inappropriate behavior toward a younger family member, that it had been minimized, and that I was no longer allowing him near my child. The family exploded. Diana called me evil. Troy called me a liar. Mason said I humiliated him. But one cousin thanked me. Then Brooke called, crying, and said, "Nobody ever defended me before. Now Mason and I are in counseling. Diana can't see Stella without me present. Troy is never allowed near her again." I don't feel victorious. I just feel awake. But sometimes I wonder if I protected my daughter or exposed a wound that wasn't mine to open. Was I right to warn everyone, or did I go too far?